What's up, it's cinemashogun here, and the fifth man has now been identified. As you all know, we have been talking a lot about this case where the three Chiefs fans were found frozen to death in their friend's backyard. Now, for the first couple of weeks, as this news story was floating around, there was never a single mention of anyone else being there. We knew the three men who died were there. We knew that the homeowner, or Jordan, the home renter, we knew he was there, but it wasn't until a few days ago when Jordan's lawyer was speaking out, he revealed that there was a fifth person there. Now, you want to know what's really crazy? In one article, the lawyer for Jordan and the lawyer for this fifth guy, they both mentioned that there were a couple of other people there that night as well, or that day as well. But no one else has talked about it since. I don't think any other YouTubers are talking about it. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen the news talking about it. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen it mentioned in any of the articles that I've read. So there's a couple of other people who possibly were there that are just lost in the sauce. The story has taken a life of its own. There's all of these twists and turns. There's these changes to the story. And somewhere in all of this confusion, the fact that there were other people there that day has been kind of forgotten. But the fifth man, he was not forgotten. He has now been identified. Let's find out who he is. Alex Weimer Lee is revealed as mystery fifth man who was with three Kansas City Chiefs fans before they were found dead outside a home after a football watch party. The mysterious fifth man in the baffling case of the three Kansas City Chiefs fans found dead outside a rental home after a football watch party can be exclusively revealed as longtime friend Alex Weimer Lee. He is a high school pal of the victims, whose bodies were discovered 2 days after the celebratory gathering on January 7th. He says he left at midnight, after the football was finished and when everyone else was still alive. Weimer Lee, who shortens his name to Lee, is the fan on the far left of the photo previously published showing the three dead men smiling broadly in their Kansas City Chiefs jerseys. Lee, a 37-year-old flooring contractor, lives in a rental home in another part of the city. When news outlets arrived to ask him questions about the fateful night, a man answering an intercom doorbell claimed he wasn't there and could not discuss January 7th. The man added, "Alex isn't here right now, and he isn't handling any media inquiries." Lee's social media contains many photos of him with Harrington, McGinney, and Johnson, including one where he's in a living room with the latter two, all dressed in Chiefs clothing in another apparent watch party. The fifth man, who maintained his close friendships with the victims and Willis from Park High School, has a rap sheet that includes substance offenses. His criminal record reveals 3 substance incidents in 2005 when he was 19 and lived close to his former high school. He pleaded guilty to 2 charges of unlawful use of paraphernalia and one of possessing up to 35 grams of happy grass. Lee was given 20 hours of community service for one of the paraphernalia charges, but he failed to complete it. He was then sentenced to 7 days in jail. 7 days later, while in Aspen, Colorado, he was charged with a felony for tampering with evidence after another man was arrested at a nightclub. Lee was accused of grabbing 2 baggies of X that were dropped on the venue's floor when the accused dealer was seized by police. He told officers that he swallowed the contents of one bag and tried to hide the other. Eventually, he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor counts as part of a plea deal and was given 2 years of unsupervised probation. Judge Gail Nichols told him in Pitkin County District Court, "I think you're learning a lesson in a very hard way." Now, obviously, because of this dude's past, because of these charges, people are going to assume a whole lot. But I think it's important to remember that this was when this guy was 19. When he was 19 years old. I'm not sure exactly how old he is right now, but I think all of these men were in their later 30s, maybe even early 40s. This doesn't look like these are like teenage, football watch group parties. These are all grown men. So this guy has grown as a person since then. Maybe he's changed. And even so, okay, he got caught with some trees when he was 19. Maybe he popped a little X. Everyone has done a little bit of something. But when you look at what happened to these 3 individuals, is there a possibility that they popped some X that wasn't X, that was laced with something else? That's a possibility. So unfortunately for this 5th man, regardless if this criminal history is behind him, people are going to look at it when they're examining this case. Now, he did lawyer up. I find that interesting. But we have to remember that he was thrown under the bus by Jordan. So he had a reason to lawyer up because Jordan was throwing him under the bus. But the question is, why did Jordan lawyer up? One thing that I have confirmed is that this 5th man, he has talked to at least some of the families of the victims. We see pictures of Lee with the victims. They look like they're close. They look like they're closer than Jordan was with those 3 individuals. Now, I know some of the families have talked to Lee. And at least one of the mothers of one of the victims or one of the people who died, she believes Lee's story. She believes Lee. Because Lee had the common decency. Having been there that night, maybe Lee is refusing to talk to media outlets, but Lee, at the very least, I don't know if he's involved or not, but at the very least, he had the decency to sit down and he talked to one of these mothers. And the mother seems to believe him. Jordan, that's not the case. From what I understand, Jordan hasn't sat down and talked to any of these people. Everything they're hearing from Jordan is what they're hearing from the lawyer when the lawyer gets on the news. And that must really suck. To be the girlfriends, the kids, the mothers, the fathers of these individuals, that they have to wait and watch the news to hear the same information that we do at the same time that we do. They don't have any inside information in the way that they should. So the 5th guy, he's been revealed. We now know his name. That doesn't change much. We know his history, and I'm not someone that's going to judge I'm not going to judge someone for what they did when they were 19. But I understand that people are going to pick through it and people are going to focus on it. Okay. But all I'm saying here is this. History, no history. Lee, at the very least, seems like he has been more open with the families than Jordan. So when I look at this situation, I trust Lee over Jordan. Now, anything is possible. Who knows what roles people played in this situation? Jordan and Lee both have lawyers. We're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out. But for now, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about all of this? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, if you're feeling generous, you can donate to the channel via CashApp, or you can donate via Super Thanks, or for free. You can support the channel in many ways by liking the video, subscribing, ringing that notification bell, and all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.